Disclaimer: the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host or guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting beyond borders, the message of the truest tribe of coaching entrepreneurs and independent service providers from the Philippines. This is Coach Shaun for Integrate. Now on season 2 here at Think Talk Broadcast, the flagship community project of Think Talk speakers from Life Coach Philippines and also members of Coach A coaching community. Leadership is a man's willingness to do something new or challenging while constantly delivering a positive result. And the house dad is someone who is intentionally in creating a loving and safe space environment for their family. And leadership is someone who's constantly being ahead of everyone. If you integrate leadership in a house dad, what do you get? We're going to have a conversation later, and I'll be back shortly with my guest, Michael Joseph Gaba. Why? From Muntinlupa City. We'll be back soon. Okay, welcome to the live streaming of Integrate, airing every Saturday at 10:30 p.m. And in the show, I want to help married men who are going through life transitions by helping them gain wisdom and knowledge from successful men who have gone through the same adversity or similar adversity as you are doing and turning it in opportunities, creating love and safety. The show showcases the stories of men who took control of the driver's seat of their life by creating strategies, developing strategies and tactics for them by integrating their experiences, their talent, their skills that models and model that allows them to respond positively to emotions associated with adversity. We know how challenging it is for us, especially in the workplace, with our finances, with our relationship, with our marriage, our business, and also our disability. And as we continue to work on ourselves and developing ourselves and responding better towards this situation, that is my heart to be able to serve you in that space. Broadcast beyond borders of Pasig City on the 24th September of 2022. I am Life Coach Shaun. I'm a professional certified CACC life coach and also certified mental health coach. I'm a mental fitness advocate, and I'm also a master coach, apprentice of Master Coach A public speaker, and a coaching entrepreneur, a mental model collector. I'm a husband, a father, and also I am a human being. I'm highlighting the human being and our aspect in our conversation because I feel that in the workplace, we get too robotic with all the things that we're doing in there that we can forget to really make that connection. Our mission here at Think Talk Broadcast is to get closer to our kindred and serve better our coaching tribe. What we envision is to be the go-to network for content that connects with the mind, the heart, and soul through the platform of life coaching. And by serving in the digital space, the change that I want to see is I want to stop generational trends by educating men through lessons of adversity so that they're able to think better, feel better, and respond better. Joining me today is a leader and a house dad. He has been married for 12 years to Anika, and they are been blessed with Eli, 11, and Isha, 8 years old. Professionally, he is the director of operations in the BPO industry. He has been in the industry for 18 years and recently promoted, by the way. Let's welcome Michael Joseph Gaba, or friends call him Y. Y, thank you for joining.
Hey, Shaun. Evening. Glad to be here.
Thank you for joining us. Why? I sent some introduction in there. I gave them some big highlights or background of who you are. Pero challenge kita, no, para maiba lang. If you are going to introduce yourself to a 5-year-old child, yan, how would you introduce yourself?
That's something, a new question. Siguro if I'm gonna introduce myself to a 5-year-old, I'd probably say, so I'm Tito Y. Um, I have so let's just put some context. The 5-year-old is a friend of my son or my kid, right?
Yeah.
Or my
Mhm.
daughter.
Yeah.
So hi, I'm Tito Y. I'm the dad of your friend. Um, I am the loving father of your friend. And this is a very hard question. um,
You're
but
doing
I
well.
like
You're doing well.
yeah because we need to make people understand the context, right? What better way to make a 5-year-old understand? Um, probably um, so I help um, people, a lot of people with their work. I help. I am in charge of making sure that people are successful every day at their work. And that's pretty much it, I think.
Thank you. Thank you. Why challenging, no? You
Yeah,
know, I think that's the biggest thing that we need to take a look at, no, in any case. Because in the workplace, and for those of you who's joining na, in the workplace, di ba, sanay tayo why mag-introduce kung what we do, di
yeah,
ba? The things, the industry that we are in, what we're supporting, and what have you. But when we go outside, it's a bit challenging. It's seldom that we have that conversation. And you know, it's a good time to reflect for everyone na kung sino tayo as a man, especially outside of the work. What do we do? No? What do we share with other people, and what kind of person are we? Kasi in the workplace, di ba, why kahit naman sa mga anak natin, they see us as someone who's a leader, someone who's
right.
leading teams, and so on. But this one, we seldom have a conversation. Thank you, Waya, for that opening, and for everyone. Yun yung tanong ko sa inyo. You know, if you're gonna introduce yourself to a 5-year-old, magandang exercise to. Ako din, why
Right.
challenge ko din yan. Parang, how do I introduce myself to a 5-year-old kid? I don't know, because I'm used to introducing myself to old people.
People who
And a
understand.
challenge for a lot. Yeah, exactly. O, di ba? 5 years old, medyo challenge yan. Why, you know, you have been recently promoted, yan, to a director role. And for me, if you ask me, it's due time, no? It's something that all of us, most of the people in the corporate world who's aiming to be, how is life is for you? You know, wala pang 1 month, di ba, na promote
Right,
ka.
right.
How is that for you as a leader and someone who is aspiring to be, you know, the greatest version of yourself? Paano kumusta yung transition mong yun?
Right now, I would say I'm still in the transition with the new role. A lot of things going on. There's a lot of new responsibilities I am given, a lot of new expectations
Yeah.
with the role that comes along with it, right? So it is still a transition at this point. I remember during my interview, and I had this realization when I was talking to one of the other directors as well. During the interview, one of the things that I was asked is if I was ready for this position. There was no doubt, for sure. I am ready. I felt like this is something that I have been preparing for quite some time. But along with that question is not just if I am ready, and the I guess the second part of that question is my family ready for that change? Because there's gonna be change, definitely.
Yeah.
And again, that was a realization that I had when I was talking to one of our friends. Actually, you pretty much know him, Ryan. Um, so that's one thing that we made sure that I spoke to my family about it. I'm gonna be trying for this new position, and there's gonna be changes if I get it. So right now, I would say it's still an ongoing transition.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress, but it is progress. There, I think that's one word I can kind of define what's going on right now. There's progress.
Yun. And I like what you said na preparation, no? You know, for those of you who's joining, and thank you, we have some of the coaches who's joining, Coach Marife, Coach Lynn, of course, my better half, Coach Tin is joining, Coach Rizal. Yung preparation na yan is often, yeah, not really planned out. Di ba? Pag na-promote ka, then you do whatever you're doing and
Yeah,
so on and so forth. And you are reactive towards what's happening around you and also in your relationship. But you, the way that you're approaching it is you really, really prepare the landscape. And when I say the landscape, yung ikaw, sarili mo, and your family, because you will be affected. And for us men, yung ngayong sa ano ko, the introduction ko is, all of us as a leader and all of us are in that position, we always have this heart and longing for us to challenge ourselves and to do something new. Kasi minsan nakakasawa naman, why, di ba? Kung paulit-ulit yung
Right.
ginagawa mo, you want to create something new for your space. And that movement, that growth allows you to challenge yourself and be a better person. You know, why ngayon transitioning ka pa lang? And what you're experiencing right now, you probably experienced some of it already when you got promoted as a supervisor, as a manager, and different roles that you have, and even moving to other careers. Ano yung pinaka-challenging part mo? Anong pinaka-challenging experience mo in your career? Because right now you've proven yourself as someone who's, someone who can deal with all of the adversities and the challenges. Pero ano yung pinaka-challenging experience mo growing up in your career sa BPO industry?
I think one of the bigger challenges that we were faced with, I'm saying we because it's more of the family, right? Probably was me being able to balance the work and life part of our life. It's a huge challenge because, as a dad, and you are a dad as well, right? So I'm pretty sure you understand this feeling that you want to be there for your family.
Yeah.
You want to see everything that's going on, especially the good parts, but you also want to be there when your kids need you for emotional support and
Yeah.
maybe support from school and whatnot, right? So given that how demanding it is at work, that was one of the challenge, really, is me being able to be present both physically and mentally, and mentally, with the events of my kids' life and my wife, right? Kasi sometimes I find myself, I'm too tired from work, right? Mentally drained, I would say. So I'm there physically, but I'm half there, because my mind is wandering at work. What am I supposed
Yeah.
to do when I get in tomorrow, or what have you, right? Or I'm just too tired to be
Yeah.
mentally there. So I think one of the bigger challenges, trying to balance my career and me being a husband and a dad.
Yeah. And that is common, no? And I can totally relate with you. Why? Kasi um you see, sabi nila, when you move onto the corporate world, and you have this drive for you to get promoted, you need to make sacrifices, di ba?
Right.
Nagsasacrifice ka, as most often than not, for us men, yung oras to eh. And when we speak about time, to your point nga, hindi lang naman yung physical na time na andun ka eh. You're also talking about the time that when you're emotionally or even mentally there. Kasi may mga times na pag busy ka, sobrang ang daming nangyayari sa office. May mga escalations, firefighting, and all of these different
Right.
things. Kahit physically andun ka, wala ka dun, naisip mo parang, okay, kumusta na ba si team supervisor ito? Kumusta yung escalation ito? Napadala na ba to? And so, all of those different things gets eaten in your time with your children. Paano yung thought process mo yun? Why? You said two things, no? You talk about emotional and mental. Focus muna tayo dun sa mental, because mentally, for leaders out there, it's mentally tasking, especially when you're handling different people, you're having different teams, not to mention sometimes if you're handling different geos, iba-iba pa to, di ba? Maraming kailangang isipin. How do you navigate through that on the mental energy mo, mental aspect, na pag ito kailangan dito, pamilya, pag dito kailangan ko ng oras sa opisina? How do you navigate through that? What's the experience like for you?
Siguro what I can share is what I did to be able to somehow move past that. Kasi it's as I said, a challenge, no? Communication challenge kasi siya.
Yeah.
Especially between me and my wife. So when I was at a point that it was really, really hard to balance, I took a step back, tried to assess what's going on. And
Yeah.
I think what really helped is for me accepting the fact that this is not something that I can do alone. So I took a step back, I initially talked to my wife about it. I explained what the demands are in the office, um, how stress is eating me out. Um, so that's number one. I think that's the first key to getting some light at the end of the tunnel. That my wife understood exactly what's going on, how
Yeah.
it's affecting me, how it's affecting the relationship with my kids. Because sometimes we find ourselves na because I'm just too tired, I wanna get things over. Na there are situations na parang napagalitan ko na lang yung anak ko. But in
Yeah.
fact, I should really be explaining why this scenario is something that should not happen and whatnot, right? I just went straight to the point na parang this is no. And I just got mad. And I don't think that's fair to the kids. Kasi they're gonna
Yeah.
try to learn what's going on, right? And what I've shown them is parang they're just gonna be afraid of me. So
Yeah.
that's one of the consequences. So yun, first thing is I spoke to my wife about it, let her know what's going on, help her understand what I'm feeling as well. That was really, I think, one of the turning points that helped me get better control of what's going on.
Yeah,
Um,
I want to capture what you said. Why no? In acceptance, I want to highlight this because for men like us, no, especially talking about men stereotypes, it's seldom that a man is comfortable saying that, hey, di ko kaya, I cannot
mhm,
do it.
mhm,
I need help. I need support. And that is a constant struggle of a lot of people in the workplace for them to keep on trying na hindi kaya ko pa i-exert ko pa
mhm, mhm,
i-exert ko pa and I will do all of these different things. We've gone through that, 'di ba? But the challenge of you accepting, hey, hindi ko na talaga kaya to kasi kung pag tinuloy-tuloy ko pa to, itong mangyayari sa akin.
mhm.
How did you deal with that? Because that is not something as of man can easily deal with that, hey, kailangan ko ng tulong.
Right.
Paano mo dinil yun? For those who's joining us, if they're going through this experience and they're trying to prove to themselves, hey, I'm Superman, I can fix all of these things, pero alam mong kailangan mong tulong eh.
Mhm.
Paano mo dinil yan sa sarili mo? Yung sa mental mo nga, di ba? Yung the way that you're thinking about yourself and what's the expectation is. How did you deal with that?
Siguro, the difference is I had this mindset, and if there's anything that you guys can pick up from this conversation, is the first step to fixing a problem is accepting that there is a problem,
I like
right?
that.
So that's the first step. If you wanna make a difference, change something, right? Um, it's you needing to accept that there is a problem, and after you accept that there is a problem, then you go to the solution, diba?
Yeah.
So I think that's key to have that mindset. It doesn't mean that you're accepting that you're weak, but you are
Yeah.
a solution maker. You're gonna go for the solution. Don't focus on the problem. Yes, there is a problem, and I accepted that there's a problem. After that, you go to the solution, right? Don't dwell on the problem anymore.
Yeah. Yan. Maganda yan sinabi mo. Don't dwell on the problem anymore. Because when you've identified the problem, then the next step for you is to find a solution. Diba? Kaya lang yung iba kasi nakafocus too much on the problem that's being solved. They put all of their time in
Mm-hmm.
there finding the problem but not taking action. Diba? Yun why, diba? Kaya madaming nababurn out sa opisina eh. Madaming
Mm-hmm.
napapagod because they continuously push for something that they know that they need help and support with to move forward. Why, saan mo na ano? I'm sure you've learned that from someone, either a mentor, your parents, what have you. Kanino mo na yan natutunan na, teka lang, pag ganitong bagay na hindi ko na kaya, I would start raising my hands and seeking for help. Where did you learn that kind of mindset?
Um, Probably a lot of mentors. It comes in different messages, but really, if you look at the message, the core of the message, it's pretty the same. It's pretty much the same. The way it was delivered probably is different.
Yeah.
So I'm also glad that I was able to have several mentors in the past were able to teach me, get me to where I am. It's a collective learning from everyone. So yeah, I had a lot of mentors. Listened to a lot of podcasts as well, that are motivational in nature. I think that helped.
Yun yung ano, no? And for those of you who's joining, maybe you're someone who's just going through a journey in your career. At nagtatanong kayo, ano ba yung what differentiates the super successful champions? Ang tawag ko sa atin, why mga champions, no? Kasi we've gone through all of a lot of challenge and we're championing ourselves so that we can champion others. If you've gone through that experience, one of the biggest influencers in our lives are these mentors. These people that we look up to, these people that we trust to guide us. Or at times, di ba, why? Yung sinasabi nila, minsan medyo masakit, kumukurot, tumatama. Pero alam kasi natin, because that person is so valuable, that person really trusts you to be someone and you can be more than who you are. Kung may meron kang ganyan, if you can remember that person, give them a shout out, send them a message, give them a thank you. Oy, salamat. Thank you for these things that you've done to me. You're able to help me out and support me in my journey. That's the reason why I'm like this and I'm doing this. Give them some just send them some love in there, no? Para naman ma-remind natin why, di ba? Minsan kasi nakakalimutan din natin na magpasalamat sa kanila.
Right.
Sa ganun in din text. Why? Going through this, you've experienced a lot of challenges in the workplace. One of the things that I've realized in my career is meron tayong mga bagay sa opisina na ginagawa natin na nagagawa din natin sa bahay. Yung sabi mo nga kanina, di ba? There are some behaviors and some reactions that you have that your children is being influenced. Kung titingnan mo, yung the way that you're leading people and you're also leading the family, ano yung common doon sa team? What's the common thing or what's the common thing that you do that you practice leading your team and leading your family?
Siguro one of the things that's more common is making them understand. Like, for example, if you're in the office, right? You have instructions because this is the direction that you want to go to. You talk to your managers and then you make them understand. So it's not just this is where we're going, let's go there. It's not like, it doesn't work that way. You'd probably get buy-in from one or two, but it's not gonna last long. It's not gonna be a motivational drive for them. So you make them understand this is the direction we're going because this is what we want to happen, and then after that you tell them this is how we're gonna go there. Not exactly in the same pretense or context with my kids siguro, but similar. Like I'm saying we because this is a partnership between me and my wife also. We make our kids understand why we want them to behave this way. What are the reasons? Why is it important? And this is how we can help them behave this way. So that is, I think, very important, not just on the office space, but also within your family, especially with your kids, is making them understand. Kasi kung turo lang tayong turo, like this is where we're going, this is where we're going, this is what we want to do. The essence of why we're doing it is not there. It's half-baked. The message is not clear.
Yeah. And that kind of clarity is often missed, no? Why? In education. Madami tayong natututunan in the workplace that we seldom, or sometimes we're intentional, sometimes we're not intentional about utilizing it to our family, especially for the fathers out there. Tingnan mo, meron kang isa, dalawa, tatlo, or madami dyan na in-implement mo from the workplace to bahay and bahay in the workplace as well that you're able to utilize and leverage on. So take a look at that. Why kanina sinabi mo na there are some situations in which yung sa mga anak mo, di ba, that nagagalit ka or napapagalitan mo sila, and that's common for us, no, especially yung ako na realize ko, and I'm talking to other men as well, yung impatience, sometimes medyo maikli yung pasensya mo, so natitrigger ka, di ba, nagre-respond ka sa mga bata. What was it like for you, going through that process in which napapagsabihan mo yung bata, napapagalitan mo yung bata. How do you feel about that afterwards? And ano yung ginagawa mo now to be able to be in the space in which you're able to manage your responses to them?
The first few times, um, I and this is me being honest, no, I didn't find anything wrong at
Mm-mm.
first. Kasi siguro me growing up, this is how I was raised. Na if I made a mistake, I get slapped in the wrist, and not physically, of course. That's a metaphor, right? But um, that's how I was raised. That papagalitan
Yeah.
ako. So
Oo.
I'm used to it.
Mm-mm.
The first few times, again, I didn't see it wrong. But my wife kept me on the ground, made me understand. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
We're making our kids understand. So that was siguro yung part na parang I started trying to pull myself back in terms of scolding my kids. Kasi
Yeah.
yes, it's true. If I just tell them, kunwari, ano ba, don't touch the fire, um, eventually they're just gonna do it again because they didn't really understand why I was telling them that, right? Versus me explaining to them the reason why they shouldn't be touching it because they get burned. Now they have a better understanding. So, mas effective siya in terms of it's siguro I'll put it into the context of work. Yung circle coaching, right? If you don't get into the root cause of why this behavior is happening, you're not gonna fix it. So similar siguro dun sa kids ko. So nung after my wife educated me about that, dun na every time that happens, I feel a little bit bad, guilty in a sense,
Mm.
na parang
Yeah.
I was too harsh.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would find myself na ako, lalapit ako sa I'm gonna say sorry. I blew my top off. But this is the reason why I got mad. I'll explain it. Sometimes nagta-tag team din kami ng wife ko to help my kids understand. Lalo na pag nagalit talaga ako. It happens pa rin.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna deny that it still happens. But I think what's good is that I am more self-conscious about it. And I try to talk to my kids after. Sometimes, pagka nandiyan na, yung biglang magagalit na ako, I take a deep breath, relax muna, husa, di ba? And then I talk to my kids.
Naalala ko, wuza.
Husa, di ba?
You know, I want to emphasize what you've shared because yun nga kasi as most often than not, reactive yung respond natin. Pag may nakikita tayo sa mga bata na hindi gusto, we react in that certain way. There's one of the things that I've learned from my guru, si Master Coach A, yung 3 A's yan. And I think it aligns to what you shared today, is awareness, acknowledgement, action. You become aware of how you're responding to your children or even to other people, di ba? Especially as leader. Alam mo naman, di ba, pag leader, pag sinabi mo, dapat sundin agad. Syempre, itong learnings natin sa corporate world, nadadala natin sa mga sa bahay, di ba? Bakit hindi maintindihan ng mga bata? Simple lang naman sinasabi mo. Pero iba nga yung language. So you become aware and you take a step back and think about it and you acknowledge that, hey, parang hindi ata maganda yung naging respond ko na. Then you take action moving forward with that. And that one puts you in a space in which you're more intentional about your responses. And to your point kanina, education is key. You know, shout out to all of our spouses, sa mga asawa natin. Maraming salamat po sa inyo sa pag-highlight. Minsan kasi may katigasan din naman ng ulo natin, why, di ba? Pero our wives keeps us grounded na, teka lang, baka ito, tingnan mo muna to. Explain mo na maayos para naiintindihan ng mga bata. Because I truly believe, naniniwala ako why na yung lalaki talaga is the one that's giving the courage and confidence to our children. And as we continue to develop ourselves, we're also able to develop our children in ways that they're not gonna respond towards how we're responding. Because, hey, our parents didn't know any better, di ba? Kaya tayo lumaki ng ganun. Sabi mo nga, pinapalo, napapagalitan ka ng parents mo. Eh, napapasa mo lang naman dyan to the next generation eh. But right now, you're changing that generational trend for your children to experience things better. Yeah,
Mhm.
which is a great thing. And I just want to emphasize that for people out there, for the men out there, alam mo yung anger mong yan, may pinanggagalingan yan. And the more that you're able to understand where that's coming from, and thank you to all of our wife nga. Salamat sa pag-support. It makes things better. Why we're gonna take a short break, and thank you very much for joining. Master Coach Jasmine is also here, and Coach Tin. Sabi ni Coach Tin, there has to be a support from the wife so men can be better. I totally agree. Ayan, si ano nga, able supporter or suitable partner ang mga sposo natin, and that's just something that we can do. We're gonna take a short break. Why? And I know when we come back mamaya, something na, if there's one wisdom that you've learned out of your corporate world, and one thing that you are implementing sa sarili mo as a human being, not just as a leader, but also as a human being and also as a house dad, ano yung isang yon na na-integrate mo dun sa pagiging house dad mo? And before you answer that, we'll just take a break. Why? And we'll be back shortly from some, reminders for everyone. See ya.
All right. All right.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.
We are back for a second part of the 8th episode of Season 2 of Integrate, brought to you by Cup Republic, the coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines, and our home of professional certified CACC life coaches. You can meet us, our coaching tribe at Cacc Republic. We're located at Pioneer Center Compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets. That is in Capitolio, Pasig City. You may come for dining in or visit our coaching services. We're open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. From Saturdays to Thursday. We're closed on a Friday. You may also join our community night event happening daily at 7:30 p.m. Kani-kanina lang. Ayan, a while ago, I've hosted the open mic with Coach Orville. Ayan, while Coach Orville's taking some rest. You know, if you are someone who wants to sing and do some spoken word in there, join us every 5 Saturday open mic with Coach Orville. Tomorrow, it's going to be me again for Comfy Sundays for Life with yours truly. I teach in there creativity, and I'm teaching creativity in there so that you can have a greater connection with your children. You know, I've realized the importance of having a deeper understanding of how our children are doing things. And I've learned that creativity with a little mix of humor can help you out, make that stronger connection with your children. Sabi ko nga dito, this learning creativity is something that had allowed me to have a much more meaningful conversation with my son and also with my daughter. For Nurturing Monday, that's Walk Along with Coach Tin, talks about, relationship with yourself. If you are someone who wants to develop greater connection with who you are and getting to know who you are and how you're responding to your spouse, your children, have a conversation with Coach Tin on a Monday. Group Tuesday is all about habit with Pastor Coach Jasmine. Of course, our habits dictates our future. So if you want to be intentional more of the habits that you use, get to learn on how to create good habits to bring you success. Purpose Wednesday, Away in a Day with Coach Rizal, talks about where is it you want to go? Where is your true north? Where are you going through? Have a conversation with her every Wednesday. And Strengthening Thursday, Coaching for the Soul with Pastor Coach A. I've been attending this since 2018, and this has changed my life. It has made me to be more appreciative of the emotions that I have. Rather than responding emotionally, you get to utilize your emotions to respond in a positive way. So our coaching hub is also an events place and a venue for choices of face-to-face classes, training, and private functions. Please connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661 for inquiry and reservation assistance. The community nights is free. You don't have to pay for anything. Just bless the space in there as you continue to enjoy and learn with us. Now, if you are someone who desires to experience transformation in the areas of your health, wealth, and relationship, I invite you to join us inside the Be Learning Society as one of the mental model collectors with full access pass to the monthly mental model masterclass of Master Coach A. That is exclusive for Be Learning Society members only. And for this month, the masterclass is going to be the Wisdom Wheel Mental Model. Yan, sabi nga ni Y kanina na one of the things that one of the reasons why he's successful and is able to think better as we was before is because of the mentors. And those mentors are giving you the wisdom for you to be able to utilize this so that you don't go through the same mistake as they have. Yeah, that's going to be, I'm inviting you to join us. It's going to be on the September 30th on a Friday at 7:30 p.m. And the Wisdom Wheel method will help you solve problems. Yan. That you don't need to go through trial and error. It's going to use humanity's collective wisdom instead of solely relying on different kind of trial and error. You can learn from them and utilize them so that you can skip that kind of experience. This mental model, it will help you leverage on the collective wisdom so that you can stay healthy and mentally fit. And the Be Learning Society is the tent maker of the Be Learning Homes for Mental Fitness. And on top of the food and beverage discount we enjoy from Cacc Republic, you will also get a 90-minute free coaching session with junior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. I tell you, I've been learning this for a year now, and I taught this to my child as well so that they can utilize this mental model so that they can think better, feel better, and also respond better. TikTok Broadcast is powered by Rise Up Creative Worldwide, the social commerce turnkey solution provider that helps entrepreneurs and business owners to leverage the power of content marketing to provide value, improve engagement, and increase revenue with an investment of just 5 minutes every single day. Visit www.riseupcreative.com to learn the benefit of a lifetime member like me and discover how you can rise up and be creative in growing your business. Welcome back. Thank you. Let's welcome back Y in the space. Maraming salamat. Hopefully you guys have taken your break and some water. Yan. Si Jeff Pro China. Yan. Si Jeff nakapag-relate daw sa conversations natin. Thank you Jeff for joining and having a conversation. Share this video. Don't keep us a secret now. Share this with other friends in there just going through the same struggles as we have as a father. All right? Why we're gonna do a quick mag-game tayo, maglalaro tayo. Rapid fire questions. I'm gonna ask you questions. Answer it the best that you can. There's no right or wrong. Just play a little game in here to relax the space. Coach Joanna, thank you for joining, and Coach Al. Ayan. You ready for 7 questions? Why?
Fire away.
Fire away. Okay. Question number 1. Would you rather have more time or more money?
More time.
More time. Ayan. Beautiful. Question number 2. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life?
Wow. Rewind button.
Rewind button.
No, rewind. Sorry. I rewind or pause? I go for pause.
Mm-hmm. Pause button. Yeah. Beautiful. Question number 3. Would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors or go to the future and meet your great-great-grandchildren?
Future, maybe. Future.
Oh, you want to meet your great-great-grandchildren? Gusto ko din yan. Gusto ko ma-meet yung grandchildren ko at kukumustahin ko sila. Okay. Question number 4. Would you rather get rich through hard work or through winning the lottery?
Winning the lottery. But that I think that's a wishful thinking of everyone, right? But yes. I will still go with through hard work because that's more realistic.
I agree. And I want to pause there and emphasize the beauty of hard work. Kasi yan, pag hard work na yan, you feel fulfilled, no? Pag mga easy kasi medyo parang hindi ganun ka-fulfilling siya. Question number 5. Would you rather hear the good news first or the bad news first?
Bad news first.
Oh, yan. So, yung mga nanonood na boss ni Y, bad news muna ha, before yung good news.
Mm-hmm.
Para
so, we end the conversation on a good note. Bad news muna, and then we'll go to the good news.
Para tapos na, o good news na. Question number 6. Would you rather be your own boss or work for someone else?
Be my own boss.
Yung own boss talaga. Ito yung mga natin, why no? Yung mga retirement natin plans to be our own boss. Yan. And last question, and I would want for you to expound on this, why. Would you rather be known for your intelligence or for your good looks?
I'd go with intelligence because diba we always say about how looks, beauty fades in time. But your intelligence siguro is something that you were able to impart with people. Your words of wisdom, or maybe something that you have made an impact on someone else's life because of the learnings that you were able to give. I think that's has more meaning.
Yeah, beautiful. I like what you said, no? Imparting with meaning. And I want to go back to, before we took a break, I asked you, what is it that's one learning that you have that you're able to integrate with your life, diba? With your personal life and also the relationship? Because I feel that the experiences that we have in the past, good or bad, there is meaning in that experience. And, there are some people in there who wants to forget that experience and feel that there's no value in it. If you're suffering before and you feel that suffering doesn't equate to anything meaningful to you, naniniwala ako na meron but you need to be able to pause in there to appreciate that. Ano yung isang learning mo, why? That you're able to utilize that learning in the corporate world and implement that to your own, so that you can influence, your personal life and your personal space, especially your children. What's that one learning?
Siguro, what I can, if there's one thing about the learnings and that, maybe communication. Communication really is one of the basic needs that needs to happen for you, your kids, your wife, your your people to be successful. Having that understanding, you're on the same page, you're singing on the same sheet of music. It's very important. Diba, we touched on earlier how it's not easy going through things alone, right? Now, if you have that communication, like me and my wife, we discuss things. It helps us understand each other. But we have the same goal, diba? Maybe we would have different ideas on how we want to get there, but we talk, and then we get into a an agreement that this is how we're gonna get there, because it's hard to go there alone. It has to be together. So we support each other. And the point really is communication. There's a lot of things that can happen with that right communication. Because when you get into that conversation, it's not, your goal is not to make the other people say yes to what you're saying. Your goal is for you to be able to say what you need to say and hear what the other person has to say. And then you talk about how we're going to move forward.
I like that. I like what you said, na you're not there to force your way to whatever you feel what's right for you. It's sharing or expressing that this is my point of view, understand, and I want to hear you as well. Then we can agree together. And that is a common challenge in the workplace. Like, di ba, why? You're talking to different departments, and at times the conversation revolves around arguing when you're not wanting to argue. You want to be able to listen to what the other people is saying, kasi baka may sabi ko nga, may loss in translation eh. Baka hindi lang tayo nagkakatugma na yung sinasabi mong word na to is bad for you, but when I say this, it's good. It's something that reasonable. It's something that I want you to share. But without that feedback, and the feedback loop, I feel in our conversation is what's lacking because of a need for other people to please, di ba? Yung mga conversations. Ayoko na makipag-away, but you're not arguing. You're having some clarity in there for you to understand. And I want to emphasize yung learning natin sa corporate world. Kasi ito sa corporate, di ba, why? Hindi naman natin mga kakilala to eh. We don't know these people. They have different beliefs and different upbringings and what have you. Dito na may natututunan tayo. Bakit natin hindi na dalhin to sa bahay? And when we were talking to our spouse, when we're talking to our children, we're putting ourselves in a space that, hey, kahit asawa mo yan at ilang years na kayong magkausap, hindi naman lahat ng language nyo parehas. Because we seldom talk about it, di ba? We don't clarify that. And that's something that of value. Ayan, si Dan de Guzman, kilala mo? Why? Si
yes,
Dan.
Of course.
Ayan, nanonood. Yan. Ayan, more men must watch this. I agree. Kailangan pag-usapan ito. Alice, a teacher, sabi niya, communication is the key to great understanding with people around us. I agree. Kailangan yung communication na yan. And, communication is accepting that we don't understand. Diba? Communication is accepting that we don't understand. That, hey, I want to clarify. I want to make sure that I understand all of the things that you're saying and you understand me, and we can come together and agree on things so that we can, relate with one another and work with each other. Why we talk about leadership and we talk about house dad. Diba? Doon sa blurb ko. If you're gonna define the leadership, what is leadership for you?
There are a lot of ways to define what a leader is, right? Siguro one of the things that's powerful for me as a leader that I always make sure I think about is leadership is about give and take. It's about giving credit when good things happen. You give credit to your people, to your managers, to your people down here, right? And it's about taking accountability when things don't go the way the plan, how it was planned.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Taking, accountability. Because at times other people would blame other people. Take up accountable. That's true leadership. And ito, I want to tap a little bit of the softer side of why. Okay lang, why? With your permission. Let's talk about you being a house dad. Ito, syempre, tinignan ko yung timeline mo eh. Tinignan ko ano ba, nakalagay doon, house dad. Ano ba si why off work How is why? What is why like when he's a house dad?
Yung kunyari let's take into the context rin na there's not not a lot of work to think about. It's always there. But you set boundaries, right? My
Yeah.
Sunday is family day. Kunyari. I try to spend as much time as I can with my kids, with my wife. I ask them, what do you guys want to do today? Um, and then we do the stuff that they want. Sabihin ng kids, we want to go swimming, then let's go swimming. Um, my wife wants to de-stress herself. She wants to go somewhere, then we go somewhere. It's about siguro giving time to them. Whatever they wanna do, let's do it because I'm gonna enjoy
Yeah.
wherever we go, whatever we do. Because what I enjoy is the company being with my family, with my wife especially. Um, siguro yun. That's how I would picture a day of just being with the families. I spend time with them, be there physically, mentally, emotionally. Things that I am not able to do 100% if it's weekdays because there's work and um, yun siguro is something that I can share who I is outside of work.
Yun talaga yung time, no? And we're not talking about time that's physically there.
Right.
Encompassing what you've shared for the last couple of minutes that we've been talking, yung quality kasi, hindi naman quantity of the time that you invest eh. And I want to knock on the doors of all of the men out there who are champions and always constantly wanting to do something different, something better, something good. Take a look at as well the time that you spend with your spouse, with your children, especially the children. Yung sposo naman natin, lagi naman natin kausap yan, why, di ba? Pero the children is where I feel there's a opportunity in there to improve on how we can further communicate with them. Kasi syempre may mga triggers din naman tayo dyan, and it's a challenge for us to have that conversation and communication. And take a look at that time that you're investing in there, and how are you giving them the opportunity to experience you. Yun nga eh, rather than you being there na yung experience nila. Hindi ko naman kilala yung tatay ko. Parang yung tatay ko, pag may lumalabas, naka-laptop pa rin. Di ba? Ganun yung mga conversation. How can you do that? Why, you are someone who gives your full attention to the work and to your people in the workplace, and also giving your time to your spouse and to your children. We've heard that from you. Kung ikaw naman, if you are given a permission to do something that you want for yourself, what would be that one thing that you would wish na gagawin mo, maybe in your life, in the next couple of months, in the next couple of years? What would be that one thing na para sa'yo mismo, na gusto mo?
Like a bucket list?
Yeah. One thing na, ito, non-negotiable to, gagawin ko to. Hindi pa lang ngayon, kasi madami pa akong different priorities. Pero this one, I would really want to do it because this one would let me feel na if I'm in my last day, I would say, I've done it. I'm good.
Yeah, so similar to a bucket list, right? Siguro, if there is one thing, my wife is a part of it. And we talk about it, maybe not every day, not every night, but we talk about it regularly. One of the things that we would like to really do, be able to do it, and again, this is your question kasi is one wish that I have, right? Is to...
For you, gusto mo.
Yeah, and for me, I want my wife to be there. Again, diba, we started this conversation, how I mentioned that this is a partnership. My success is not done alone. This is our success ng family namin. So if there is one thing that I would wish that I can do, my wife is still a part of it, is that we witness I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Aurora Borealis. That's it. It's something that we would really, really want to happen. Maybe not right now, where there's a lot of things going on, busy. Maybe in the near future.
That is beautiful. What kind of experience do you want to feel watching that?
there's a lot of expectations, right? But I think it's at least for that experience. I don't want to have an expectation of what I'm gonna feel when I get there. I want that feeling to come into us, kami ng wife ko na this is it pala. This is how I'm supposed to feel. I don't want to go into that experience expecting something because I want to take it in as it is. Kasi baka mamaya hanapin ko, dapat ganito yung ma-feel ko. And if it's not something that's there, I feel something else, which is good, right? But because I didn't feel what I was expecting, baka ma-disappoint ko. And that's something that I don't want to happen really. So I want to be there and experience the moment as it is with my wife.
Yun talaga yung being there, the experience of being there in the moment, that you see this and then you're able to appreciate whatever your body, your mind, your emotions are, being in the present moment. I think I captured that the experience is being in the present moment.
Yeah,
that you're able
there
to
are
appreciate
things. Parang, diba? There are things that you prepare for, and then there are things that you want to get into. Just get into it, diba? Because it makes things exciting and interesting.
Yeah, I like that. Just being in the now. At times, and I can relate with you kasi minsan ang bilis ng oras natin, di ba? Madami tayong kailangan iniisip. And just being in that, dito nakikita mo na appreciate mo. That's it. Minsan nga wala pang words eh. Hindi mo ma-explain. I'm sorry. Hindi mo pa ma-explain kung ano yung experience sa yon. Why? Thank you very much. I appreciate this conversation. Sabi ko nga, madami pa tayong pwede pag-usapan, but I truly appreciate it. Why my show is called Integrate. If you're gonna define integrate in your own words, how do you define it?
Siguro, given the context of what we're talking about, integrating work and life balance siguro.
Yun yung integration between the two, no? How does that look like? When you integrate work life, anong itsura?
I think one word that can help describe that is contentment, because you feel safe at work and then you feel safe at home. I think that's the perfect way to describe the work-life balance.
Beautiful, wonderful. Why we have kids, no? May mga anak tayo, and they're gonna grow old eventually. And this conversation that we have would be here online. So and they grow up, they're gonna watch this in the future. I'm sure of that. Why, if you're gonna give them 3 tips when they grow up on how to create a safe and loving space for themselves and their family, ano yung 3 tips na gusto mong iiwan sa kanila?
Siguro, number 1 is love and respect your parents, because you will also want that to happen when you have your own kids, that they love and respect you as their parents. Number 2 is it is okay to make a mistake as long as you learn from it. Number 3 siguro is you can do whatever you want in your life. You can be whoever you want to be as long as you don't step on other people's dreams. So if you want to be an actor, an actress, or whatever, as long as you get there without hurting anyone, that is okay. So that's how you pursue your dreams.
Beautiful. Oh, hindi mo kailangan mag-take advantage ng ibang tao to be successful or to fulfill your dreams.
Yes.
I hear you. And then I want to remind people as well, and thank you, Y, for your heart. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and knowledge in here. Kasi I feel that everyone needs of us to have that story from the men specifically, to share that you are not alone. If you're experiencing some challenges with your work and also with your relationship with your children of spouse, hindi ka naman nag-iisa. And my heart is for you to be able to get some wisdom in there. If you're able to get some wisdom, some nuggets in here, maraming salamat. Share this video to other people. Let's bless other people in the space. Sabi ni Coach Lin, feeling safe at home and at work. I totally agree. Si Coach Lin, by the way, is a safety officer. Yan po ang inaano niya sa safety in the workplace. And it's something that we can all practice and implement na hindi lang sa opisina, even sa bahay. Why? Thank you very much for spending some time with us. It's a wonderful conversation. I've learned a lot so much from you, and hopefully the audience probably will learn a lot. And we're gonna end this show for this now time at least. And thank you everyone. Thank you. Maraming salamat for joining us for Integrate. And whether we are joining live or watching on the replay, please do leave your comments in there. Thank you, Yan, si Jeff. Thank you daw for a great session. Why? Maraming salamat. Leave your thoughts and insights in there. Share this video. Kung nakakakuha kayo ng value, share nyo to. Kasi yun talaga eh. Kailangan natin. For the men out there, we need to unite. We need to be helping each other. Sabi na why, hindi naman weakness yung paghihingi ng tulong, di ba? You can raise your hands in there, but you constantly need to practice that as well for you to be able to be comfortable with that. But I tell you, when you're able to do that, you're also able to teach your children. So teach your children what you want them to learn by doing so, taking practice. Don't keep us a secret. Let's serve more people in the digital space by sharing this. Maraming salamat, Y. We'll see you on the back of the screen. Huwag ka muna mag-alis. Mag-catch up muna tayo, madali lang.
Sure.
Thank you, Y. As I close, I'd like to speak to all of the dads, the fathers in there. Hello. Thank you. You are unsung heroes of the global workforce. You've given a lot of your heart and your time. And the reality is there's more competition in the working world today, and there has been 10 years ago. There seems to be a never-ending, struggle and push for us to stand out with the crowd tirelessly in the pursuit of success. But with the reality of the great resignation, there's also a great opportunity in everything that we do. And one of the things that we are wanting to help people out in the corporate world is to be their own CEO, even if you are still employed full-time. I invite you to embark on the journey of becoming a coaching entrepreneur like us. Connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661 and map out your success as a certified co-active co-create life coach. I'm doing that. I'm mapping out my success. Even if I'm still employed, I wanted to be my own CEO. Sabi nga ni Y is for him to be his own boss. And CACC certification program is an international CPD accredited course with 40 CPD unit. CACC, when you take advantage of this, you get a 21-day web-based learning and with a lifetime access and a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A and a 3-day live virtual business bootcamp with senior coaching team. And the program also comes with a done-for-you coaching program that you can, start monetizing, and many other bonuses for the coaching professionals to jumpstart in the second fastest growing industry in the world today. Life coaching is a 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains, thereby increasing their relevance in an increasingly complex workplace and dynamic business environment. Join us in the next batch. That's going to be on October 15th, 22nd, and 29th. Next month na po yun. Those are all Saturdays. Call Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661 to join this miracle profession that is changing lives. I invite you to watch other shows hosted here at Think Talk Broadcast. Please follow, subscribe, and engage in our social media account at ThinkTalk_TV on Twitter and Instagram, and Think Talk Broadcast on YouTube. And give us your review. Maraming salamat as you constantly give us a review. We're able to connect with other people in the space. For partnership and collaboration, it is available. Please connect with Coach Rizal, 0917-586-1661. See you on the next episode of Integrate on October 1st. Maraming salamat. Your one coaching thought for tonight, just one word: communication. Communication is the lifeblood of relationship. I believe that, and it's something that we need to constantly evolve and develop. Communication is not just speaking, it's not just saying, but it's also defining. As you continue to define your words, you continue to define your language, you're more able to communicate and you relate with other people. And in a relationship, conversation is the key in there. So make sure when you have a conversation, define the words, define your sentences, and define your emotions and the thoughts that you have in there so that you can stay connected. Love heals, safety saves. Be inspired for change. My show, Integrate, is to rally all of the men out there. Let's rise up and lead the charge for change. It's time for us to ignite the mental abilities of the heart of men to start healing. Yeah, kasi may mga pain din naman tayo, di ba? And we could start healing in there. And as we heal, we share the lessons in there to other people so that they can integrate their mind, soul, and spirit to finally really live, really love, really laugh, really learn, and also live a legacy. This is us in the Philippines. Coaches like us think and talk like this. Maraming salamat. This is Coach Shaun, Joya, broadcasting beyond borders to advance life coaching worldwide. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you again next week. Have a great night and weekend. Bye-bye.